Found my husband hanging in the garage one morning. Police called it suicide.
I swear to God, I have no clue what's gonna happen to me. I mean, they want this money from me, and I can't run from it no more. But I gotta stay out of jail.
I thought an alcoholic was just someone who drank more than I did.
In 1957, the American Medical Association defined alcoholism as a disease based on 3 criteria: a known cause, the progression of symptoms that worsen over time, and a known outcome, that is, jails, medical institutions, or death. Since then, we've learned a lot more about the role the brain plays and about genetic predisposition, which really sucks because who doesn't have an addict or an alcoholic in their family?
A lot of these people don't want to work, they don't work, or they can't hold jobs. They don't have the moral constraints to stop them from stealing or harming other people, and they use drugs.
Our default response to any criminal justice problem is lock them up. Then we don't have to worry about them.
Well, I'm here because I'm behind on my child support. But I can't pay unless I'm out there working.
Most of the people I was in jail with were non-violent drug offenders who just didn't have anyone to bail them out. They were caught doing the illegal stuff instead of alcohol, cigarettes, prescription medication that nice people like me do.
A sort of subtext of most criminal justice activity at this point is taking people off the streets, warehousing, making the streets safe for law-abiding citizens, and so forth. The ultimate way to achieve that, I think, has been conclusively shown not to be simply incarcerating people.
There are 4 of us kids growing up on the res. I'm the oldest. My parents were major alcoholics. They'd drink, they'd fight. Then my dad would beat my mom up. He did it all the time.
Shortly after my last child left home, I fell and broke my neck. After months in the hospital, I was sent home with instructions to take as much Valium as I needed. And I did.
We know that by warehousing prisoners, they just come in and learn oftentimes how to be better inmates. Nationwide, and our jail's no different than that, about 75% of the offenders who have been in jail or who are in jail have been there before and will probably come back. Prison systems are almost as high. So you get a lot of the same folks rotating back through the system. My argument would be if the system worked, they'd quit coming back.
We're always going to need jails and prisons, and the hammer of the court in conjunction with treatment, like drug court, to make those involved with the law accountable until they can maintain safe and healthy structured lifestyles of their own.
The drug court, to a certain extent, may be geared toward the rehabilitation aspect of punishment. What we're trying to do is rehabilitate these people so that not only are they going to become better citizens, but that they won't be going out there and committing more crimes.
Drug addiction costs this country about $172 billion a year. Despite the war on drugs, there are more illegal drugs available on the streets and more addicts being prosecuted than ever before.
Now that I stop and think about it, it's always been drugs.
And that's when I started doing pills. Oxys, Oxycontin. You know, it's like morphine.
Drinking gave me the confidence that I needed, and it took away my fear.
I mean, I couldn't believe this was happening. This was not my life. I did not belong here.
I slept with people for drugs. I started cooking it, stealing it. I even put drugs before my kids.
He said that if he was gonna go to jail for somebody like me, that he was gonna kill me.
Alcohol had altered my perception of reality, and when reality set in, I couldn't handle it.
It's so hard to live with.
Man, I swear to God, I love my kids. It's just like, I don't know if I don't love the dope more.